Pops and the Rican.
Pops and the Rican.
Look at this. Pops and the Rican. The Pops and the Rican. What's the Pops and the Rican?
Look at the top of his head. Look at his head.
Pops and the Rican.
Pops and the Rican.
What is going on, my friends?
Look, it's Pops and the Rican. And
Yes.
wow. That, you know what that means, right?
Yeah, I think I know what it is.
It means this is the Pops and the Rican show.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah. And at my age, that's fairly spectacular.
That's wonderful that you can
Yeah.
remember that. That's
Well, you know.
so amazing. The consecutive how you can remember every single time, bro.
Well, just before we came on and started this show, I looked down and it's written right on the edge of my shoe, Pops. And so I was like, oh yeah, that reminds me. That's who I am. So if it wasn't for my shoes, I'd either lose them or I wouldn't know who I was. Yeah. And if I lose them, then I won't know who I am.
Bro?
You know, I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good today. You know, went in, had my infusion for the treatment that I'm on for multiple sclerosis, and that always. Now I don't necessarily feel a whole lot better today, but by this time tomorrow, it'll be like somebody gave me an extra boost of I don't know. I'll be. Tomorrow at this time, it'll be like I'm drinking. It's like I'm drinking 3 or 4 Red Bull and 6, maybe 7, 8 cups of coffee.
Beautiful.
14 Mountain Dews and a cheeseburger sandwich. And I'll be like,
ready.
Let's go. Let's have it. So yeah.
Well, all right. Well, I'm excited about what's going on, man. We have a lot to talk about, and also we have a really great guest here. I'm glad and excited to have him on the show. We got a great show coming up this weekend.
I'm looking forward to this.
Tell them what's going on this weekend.
I am looking forward to this weekend. It's going to be a lot of fun. First of all, I don't know, maybe people don't know this because they've been kind of consumed with all of the COVID-19 grounding. Yeah. Or maybe they've been out, campaigning for the next political office they're running for, or maybe they were doing some rioting. I don't know, but they weren't paying attention. This weekend is the 4th of July weekend.
Oh,
yeah. And normally people will be like, "Hey, we should go see the fireworks, right?"
Right.
But guess what? The COVID conspiracy came out and shut down all of the fireworks shows, saying that they would spread the COVID. If you blow stuff up in the air, the COVID gets spread all over the universe.
Oh, come on.
I'm just making this up. I got to start a conspiracy somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
And so, but no, a lot of places aren't doing fireworks. So it's the perfect weekend for us to have a great show.
You're not doing anything.
Because if you're not going to be out watching people blow up stuff and annoying their neighbors blowing up stuff, you should come to Gutty's Comedy Club.
Yes.
Because I am telling you, it's going to be a blast. First of all, we've got 2 special guests that are going to be doing feature spots. One of them is from here locally, Griffin Shira. Yep. And Griffin's he's a young guy, well, maybe not to you, but to me, he's one of those kids. He's probably just a person to you because you kids. Anyway, but Griffin's he's a young guy that's just a lot of fun. And then we kind of wanted to offset that with a medium-aged guy, not an old guy, a medium-aged guy. And so we got our good friend Clint Hall. He's rolled through several times at the club. Yes. I love every time he comes to the club. I absolutely love his stuff. He's just a lot of fun. Yep. And so they're both going to be doing 15 to 20 minute feature sets. And then we've got our good friend You want me to say it? Or you want to?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Leslie Nelson Townsend.
Nelson.
I'm just making up. I'm making up her middle name now.
Bro, you messed it up.
I'm gonna make up her middle name now, just because
She's
got to. I got to give her. First of all, I know she's not watching, and second of all, because she's traveling. She's doing something doing something down in Pensacola, Florida right now.
Yeah, she's just hanging out
So
in Florida.
I don't feel bad if I say her name 16 different times wrong. She's in Florida at a beach.
Right.
I'm not feeling bad. I'm not feeling bad for that. No.
All right. So look, if you want to come and hang out with us at Gutty's Comedy Club, there's a couple ways you can do this. We have our own mobile app. You want to download our mobile app and get your tickets. Your online tickets, advanced tickets, $15, $20 at the door. And there's also a buy one, get one. So if you download the mobile app, you'll be able to get some discounts as well with Gutty's Comedy Club. So everything is there, from our Gutty's TV, tickets, information. We got a lot going on there, and it's so easy to do. Just go to the Google Play Store, go to the App Store, download it, and make sure that you're connected with Gutty's Comedy Club, because all notifications will be pushed to that app. And then anything as far as like, hey, you might get who knows, $10 tickets at the door. Who knows? But you got to be a member. You got to be able to register the app and download it and be a part of Gutty's Comedy Club. So there's a lot of great things going on.
We may just surprise people. You never know.
You never know.
It'd be like, hey, the first 3 people that see from the app, they see this and they respond, they might get $5 tickets.
Who knows? Who knows?
To open mic night.
Right. You definitely want to be able to download the mobile app so that way you can connect with us. And there's a lot of other stuff that we got going on too.
Because I just mentioned open mic night.
Yes.
I don't know if we've told people or not, but we're changing the open mic night.
Yeah.
For the longest time, we've been doing Laugh Sabbath Sunday nights. We've been doing that.
Yep.
But we're doing some things. We're kind of we're taking things to a whole different level. Yep. And changing things up. And so with us doing that, we said let's go ahead and move the open mic to Thursday nights.
Thursday nights.
And it's no longer just your basic open mic. This is a pro-am open mic.
Yeah.
So we have the professionals coming in to just pop in, and they may get up and do work on a little bit on stage, but they might just be there to encourage and to support the young comics. And then we got a bunch of other stuff. So the pro-am open mic is going to be next level stuff. And it starts this Thursday night.
Yep.
So
you want to make sure you sign up. You can actually email us at info@Gutty's Comedy Club if you want to jump on the list. I believe it's 15 slots is what we have available. 15, right. I think.
Yep.
So you want to make sure you jump on if you want to be on there. We'll get you on, and you can get your laugh on. You can throw your jokes out there too as well. And then we have some really great stuff that's going to be coming up too as well that we're going to mention to the comics that are going to be there. So we got some great information that's going to be coming up. So you definitely want to be there so you don't miss out on any of the news that's going to be happening there.
Yeah.
So, definitely join us Thursday nights, 8 o'clock. Doors open at 7. Show starts at 8. Our Pro-Am open mic is starting this Thursday. So, and also you can get your Tubies. If you want to stay safe, we got Gutty's Tubies. These are really cool. You just straight up any style that you want, be able to protect yourself. If you're looking to get your mask, you can look good and be safe at the same time. So thanks for doing that, guys, and following us and supporting Gutty's. We appreciate every single one of you. All right, man. So are you ready?
I think we should go ahead.
I think we're ready for it.
Yeah, because I keep seeing these comments popping up, and it's like, Clint Hall
Hall's the best. We got to get him on.
He's the greatest. He's the best.
Yes.
So evidently now there's 2 people Clint owes money to. Because I'm pretty sure he said, "Hey, I'll give you each $2 if you go on and say stuff nice about me." I don't know.
Exactly.
That's what I'd do anyway.
Well, let's see what he got to say about it. All right.
So let's find out. So welcome to the show, Dr. Clint Hall.
Clint.
Good evening. Good evening, and now I can't hear you. Good evening.
There we
Thanks for having me, gentlemen.
I don't know if I don't know if
Thanks for having me.
I don't know if you're a doctor or
Oh, yeah.
not, but I just introduced you as doctor. So if you're not a doctor, then tomorrow night you're gonna have to play one on TV, just because I don't want to be a liar.
Okay.
How you
Let me
doing,
put you in
man?
that
How you
position. I'm doing all right. You guys, you have the best green room in the business on this show. It was like being at home. It was like being at home.
We go the extra mile to make you feel that way.
want to make
Yeah.
sure you're comfortable. You know, we want to make sure you're comfortable, man.
Well, it paid off. It paid off.
Fantastic. Hey, welcome to the.
I'm looking forward to coming up there.
Yes, yes. Welcome to the show, man. We're glad that that you're able to hang with us here. It looks like we're gonna have a few second delay, so I'll give you that. But I'm glad that you're
Okay.
here. Glad you're hanging out with us, and we're excited about what's happening this weekend. So before we even talk about this weekend, we want to jump in and talk to you about how Clint Hall got into this whole game of comedy. How did you jump into this game of comedy?
How did I jump into comedy? Of course, I've always liked entertaining people, and I tried a couple different things. But then when I was right around my 40th birthday, I saw the documentary "I Am Comic," and
Yeah.
saw how hard stand-up comedy was, and how little money there was to be made. And I thought I need some of that. So
That's good. Yeah. Yeah, that's a great documentary too. That's a good
so
one.
yeah, it's good. If any young comics haven't seen it, they need to find it.
Yeah, for sure.
It's that great lesson
So
in.
after
No, go ahead. We got to figure this out. I'm gonna just shut up. That's what I'm gonna do.
There you go.
oh, I'm sorry,
No.
but after I saw that, then I thought, how do you get into comedy? And like any crazy person would do, I just Googled it and found a comedy writing class online and signed up for that over in Louisville. And it all started from there, just taking the class, getting in the open mics, and just keep going.
So, who was the lead comic in that initial class that you took there out of Louisville?
The teacher, I think Adam White and Jordan Cooper were the ones running that class.
Okay.
Of course, the best lesson I learned.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. The best lesson I learned was that you can't really be taught comedy. You got to find your own voice and your own path.
Ooh. Yep. That's good. I mean, because there is some truth to that. There is some truth that you definitely have to have the talent to be able to do it for sure. But I feel like it's almost like it will enhance what you already have. So if you get training, it'll enhance what you already have. So I don't really frown on it because obviously we do provide training, but there is a need for that additional training to be able to tap into that funny. It's almost like guiding you to that place where you need to be able to get that. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. And I misspoke a little. I didn't mean that the class was of no value. I didn't mean that.
Oh no, yeah,
It was
yeah.
great and helping. It helped me learn how to edit what I was trying to say. Find the joke. Don't spend 5 minutes telling a story if 4 minutes of it doesn't really pertain to what you're trying to do.
That's good.
Managing your time, learning how to look for the light, all kinds of things that you wouldn't know just walking in the door. It was a very valuable class.
That's awesome.
But I would do it again.
Yeah. For sure.
Was that online or in person training?
Well, it was back in the day when we were able to do things in person, and so we it was at the caravan in Louisville,
Right.
in person there.
So you kids may not remember this, but we actually used to be able to go out of the house,
Right.
and we actually used to see people,
Right.
real people,
Right.
not virtual people.
That's cool, man. So then, from that point on, did you just go to like open mics, or what was your grind?
Well, yeah, I just go to open mics where I could find them. It's a little difficult because I'm not really close to anywhere.
Yeah.
But wherever I could find a stage, I would get on the stage.
Or where you at? You're in Dale, right?
Yeah, I'm about midway between Louisville and Evansville in southern Indiana, but not really close to anywhere.
You should open a comedy club, and we'll even help you set it up. You can have a Gutties comedy club in Santa Claus.
Hey, that'd be crazy.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Zero response.
I'm just trying to think what the fan base would be for Santa Claus, Indiana, especially in the months the holiday world's not open.
Right.
So, fan base, that didn't stop us from starting one. Stop
on.
So, Clint, in this process, then you got some better understanding because you went and took the class, and then you started in the process. How do you go about when you're writing material and you're trying to hone in on a bit? What's your process with that? Are you a pen to paper guy? Are you I'm going to talk it into my telephone and let my telephone do everything for me because AI has taken over the world type of guy? What's your process?
My process, I'm really good at sitting down and writing long bits. Well, I think of something that I think might be funny, and then I turn it over in my head until I come up with a joke, and then I write down like a key word that'll remind me what the joke is. And then after I've got a few of those, I was like, well, this one's kind of like that one, and then these two, and then I start putting them together that way instead of I'm going to spend 10 minutes talking about television. It's like, oh, I've got these two jokes about television. I got this joke, and then it all comes together that way.
It's interesting. We had Cleto on I don't know, several shows back, and he was talking about kind of that same approach with a little bit of a twist. He said he takes different colored Post-it notes.
Yeah, Post-it notes.
And he puts things in similar topics on different, so that, and then he puts them by color on a poster on the wall, and that way he can kind of visually see what he has for television and what he has for going to the doctor, what he has for chewing on your toenails, whatever it might be. Right. And he's got that visually out in front of him, as well as the process that you're talking about, combining like topics so that you have a chunk of material that really fits together, and you don't need a whole lot of effort in the transition writing because it just seamlessly flows together.
I might have to steal that idea. That's a great idea.
Just if you're going to use it, just tell everybody, hey, I saw this on the Pops and the Rican show.
Definitely.
Yeah, I've seen. I've actually, after talking a little bit about my process on how everything I do is digital, I actually now want to take a step back and get cards made where I could put it on a card. What is it called? Corkboard. So that way I could put and visually see each set, at least my opener and middle and then ending. So that way I can at least know, okay, this is what I'm going to talk about in the beginning, first 10 minutes or whatnot, first 5 minutes. But I want to be able to visually see what I'm working with. Because I can get everything else down digitally, and I can see my jokes and set them up, and okay, say it out loud and repeat it. But I want to know the flow of it, and so the flow kind of gives me that. Okay, I'm gonna start off with these 3 jokes, and this is where I'm at, and so I'm gonna flow right into this, and then it gives me the opportunity to say, okay, what's a joke that's kind of like interlaced, meaning like a link, where I can take the first 3 jokes and then take a joke that's a link, and I call them links. Maybe everybody else does it different, but it's that link where when I go into that joke, it's going to push me into the next bit or next chunk. And so I kind of find the linking joke. And so I take the 3 or 4 that I got, and I'm like, all right, they're not links. I'm looking for links. And if I could get a link to go, okay, this is going to go to the next one so much easier, then it makes it easy for me to visualize it. And that's where I'm at right now. At least for me, I'm trying to process it where it makes better sense for me.
Right, and that's the hard part for me is that transition. Instead of, okay, I've been talking about work for 10 minutes now. Here's something completely different. That transition is something I'm still working on a couple of places in the set.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I learned a wonderful technique just this last weekend at the club. John Cheshire, a musical comic that was at our place over the weekend. He did one song, and then he came out of that song and he says, "Yeah, I haven't really written a transition from that past song to this one, so transition." And then he went right into the song, and I was like, "That's brilliant! Just announce transition."
Right. It's almost like I'm just gonna, let you
That'd
know.
Make it a lot easier.
Exactly.
Exactly.
It may take a little bit of the surprise out of the element, but
Yeah, I've been overthinking this all this time.
Hey, you got a couple shout outs real quick. I want to get these names out real quick so you know who to pay. So we got Andy, who's like Clint is the greatest. So you want to make sure you give a little shout out there too, Andy. Thanks for posting that. And then we got another one over here, Kimberly. It's like Kimberly says Clint Hall's one of the best. One of the best of the best. That's why we got him here at Gutty.
All right.
So when you're hanging out, you need to hang out with us. And also Christopher, Izzy, saying Clint is the best. So you got some squad. You got people following you. You got people that love you. So obviously you're doing something right.
So Clint, I'm going to give you just an old man's piece.
I appreciate that, and
Clint, I'm going to give you an old man's piece of advice here. The old man's piece of advice would be this: don't pay them the money to say nice things about you. Get them to pay the money to come see you at Gutty's. That's all I'm saying.
I need to change my business model entirely and go with that. That would be the way to go.
Yeah, in fact, if you could just make that your complete business plan so that every show you go to, you just have them pay Gutty's.
Yo, they're coming out of nowhere, man. They're coming all over the place. Look,
no matter where I'm at, just here's the online link for Gutty's, and
Jake is going to be there too.
Pay them the ticket
Jake
price.
is going to be there, man. It's going to be a great weekend, man. I'm telling you, it's going to be a great weekend.
So back to me asking actually some questions instead of trying to help make money at Gutty's off of your back, which that's not going to change. I'm always going to do that. But what's one of the best
job? Okay.
Well, yeah, I make no bones about it. I am a greedy capitalist. I have no problems with you giving me all your money. I was going to ask you. Oh, I know what it was. The question I was going to ask. What's the best piece of advice that somebody has given to you about your comedy?
Just be yourself with the volume way up, and you can obviously tell. I take that to heart. No, just don't try to write outside yourself.
Hmm.
Um,
Is that like staying true to
I
yourself?
find, yeah, don't try. Is like you can enjoy the way another comic works as much as you want, but that may or may not work for you. You got to find your path. I mean, there's no way I could get away with trying to do some high energy
Yeah, I got you.
because that's just not right. It's going to come across fake, because it's going to be fake.
Hmm.
I think there is some brilliance in authenticity, and people sometimes miss that point. That when an audience sees you as authentic, they will go on a trip with you just about anywhere. If they trust you, they'll go with you. But if they don't trust you, if you come off inauthentic, an audience, I say it all the time, audiences have great BS meters. And if they feel like you're trying to pull one over
Right.
on them, they'll check out in a heartbeat. And then you're just out there, blowing smoke up your own skirt.
Right.
You'll find out.
I've had trouble with that, even with stuff that's true. Sometimes people don't buy into the material about pro wrestling because they look at me and go, "No,"
I was just about to.
even though it's true.
I was just about to mention that because it's like nobody would ever get. I did. I was the one. I was one of those guys that was like, "What?" Until you showed me your picture, and I was like, "No way!" I couldn't even believe that you were in. So you got to talk a little bit about that, man. Talk about that wrestling. How was that, man?
Wrestling, and that's what I did. I didn't do sports entertainment. I did wrestling for about 5 years. I tell people I wasn't a professional wrestler. I wrestled professionally because professional wrestler implies it's your employment.
Yeah.
It was more. I wrestled professionally in that I did public exhibitions for which I received money. They never paid the bills, so it was a great experience, and
What
I'm
was
glad
your?
I did it when I was young, and that I got it out of my system.
What was?
Sorry.
Maybe. Hey, how about this, Clint? If people aren't buying it, maybe you should just start wearing a singlet every show and just come out in a singlet. They're like, "Hey, here he is,
Hired wrestler.
Here he is, the wrestler of comedy, Clint Hall." And then you come out, "Come on, boy, let's go."
I would do that, except for the goal is to get people to stay in the showroom,
Right.
and not run from the showroom.
That's good. What were you called? What was your name?
No, for a while, I was Ball Hall, which is generic, and then for a while, I was Mr. Fitness.
Mr. Fitness
was much larger, and none of it was it was not muscle. It was a comedy gimmick.
Did you have a finishing move?
Basically, I carried little 3-pound dumbbells to the ring. They were pink, and while the referee wasn't looking, I hit my opponent with the dumbbells.
Yeah,
that was my big move.
Awesome. That's awesome, dude. Kimberly knows you. Kimberly's like, I've seen him in tights. He's sexy, and he's a sexy undercover beast. Yeah, it seems like.
Oh,
he still
thank you, Kimberly. But you know more things.
That's awesome, dude. That is great, bro. At least you know.
I do still have the tights.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Either
that's
that.
That's what I hope my kids learn from me.
Here's my other idea for you.
Ooh, yeah.
My other idea for you would be to come out in your nice shirt and tie, your accountant wear, and but have it done with Velcro, so that You get to that set where you're talking about, I was a professional wrestler, and people look at you like, no, you go, oh yes I was, boom, and then you go right into it.
Yeah, exactly.
Tear away.
That's cool, man.
Throw a chair into the audience.
Right.
Not at Gutty's. At
Yeah.
all the other clubs you go to, throw
Right.
chairs into the audience.
From the top ropes.
Yeah.
I'm sure they would be happy to have that on their liability insurance as well. So
Right. We'll do it. That's cool, man.
And if you do actually throw a chair into the audience at any other club, tell them you learned that at One-Liners. Since One-Liners is closed, nobody's going to be. They can't go after them. Come on, they've been closed they've been closed that for 13, 14 years now.
That's wild.
I hope Dave doesn't watch this show because I don't want him coming after me because he will throw a chair at me.
That's cool, man.
So the other, it was like one of the last couple of shows we had. One of the folks that was on our chat side of things came in and had a great question. And so I'm going to take his question from that show a couple of shows ago.
Yeah.
And I'm going to throw it out to you. What is your favorite bit that you absolutely love the joke, but it just has never caught traction, never quite gotten the laughs that you thought it was going to?
I'm trying. I don't know, because if it doesn't get the laughs I want it to after the third try, it's out.
Yeah.
I don't want to spend good money after bad. Trying to. A lot of the wrestling stuff doesn't get much reaction, and I like to think it's because people have a hard time believing it. But I thought it was funny. The audiences convinced me it wasn't. That I wasn't a wrestler. My catchphrase was actually, "I think we can work this out," and it just never goes anywhere.
Well, maybe we'll workshop that a little bit and see if we can come up with ideas for you. But
I don't know if you're up for it, but
I'm always open to free material.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking like maybe even having that on a screen, a photo of you as a wrestler on screen. You can go into the bit; they can actually see the resemblance and see, okay, this is actually real. That might add a little bit of something to the joke, so that they can really see it and be like, "Oh, this is real," and then they'll follow you in that. That could be just another way to be able to do it, because everything's digital now. You can actually have
right, and right. If I go to a club that's sky screen like yours, that would be a great idea.
Yeah.
And that's something to consider.
Yeah.
Well, you just tell us which
Because I
clubs
think
you're
if
going
they had
to.
to add that vision.
You tell us which club. You tell us which club you're going to, and we'll call them up and say, "Hey, get a screen."
Right. If you could just spend out a few $100 more or $1,000 for Clint to come in
right.
for this one bit, we'll send you a picture.
That's it. Yeah.
It will be well worth it.
Let's swing it. You gotta swing that. It's all good. But that's cool, man. I mean, we all have our pieces and different bits and chunks that don't really have a solid. And sometimes I just noticed that now visually is a big deal. Like everybody, you can actually tell a whole joke with just a photo, and you can just stand there and set it up, and boom, they see a photo, and it's that's a whole new joke now. So like digital and media is playing a big role on that, because everybody's on their phones and they're getting quick photos that way too as well. So adding media to your set can be a big deal too.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I'm gonna try and steal that
Yeah,
and
go ahead.
incorporate it.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
He's such an honest thief.
I know, right? That's great.
Hey, that's great. That's great. I'm going to steal that. If you'll look over
Right.
there, please. While you're looking over there,
Yeah.
Right, right.
If you're gonna give me the idea before we negotiate, that's not my problem.
well, we will always help you
Yeah.
as much as we can, especially since you're going to have all those other clubs pay gutties.
Right.
It's
Right.
It's all good.
so. What ultimately is the big goal then for Clint Hall? What I always ask people: do you have a big, hairy, audacious goal? A BHAG? Do you have a BHAG? What's the BHAG for Clint Hall?
I would like to be able to make comedy my primary source of income, and be able to eat every day.
Yeah. I hear you, man. I hear you. You know what? I hear, and also, I also found out too as well, that you have been doing the Huckabee show, like you're doing crowd warm ups.
Crowd warm up. I got to go down in January, before everything went sideways, and now things are starting back up. And right now, I'm set to go back
That's awesome.
September 18th and do crowd warm up again before the taping of the Huckabee show, and I'm really excited about that.
Well, I'm curious. What's the difference between, obviously there is a difference, but what's the difference between a live show at a club or event and crowd warm up? That's a whole new thing.
All I got to go on is my experience, so I don't know how it goes for everybody. But the crowd warm up, the big thing is going up cold. There's no opening act.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
Kind of, I have to. I like to try and establish myself in the first couple seconds anyway, but it's more important when I've got no lead in, So that's different. The crowds are a lot the same, except for, of course, at the TV taping, they're sat further back because you got the cameras. They got to have room for the cameras, so it's, you got that second where you're like, this joke isn't working, and then the sound of the crowd finally gets up there, so it's a little bit different in that way. They're both really cool experiences. And I'm looking forward to both right now since I haven't been able to do either for 3.5 months. But
cool, man. I mean, because a lot of people really don't know. Well, I don't know because I've never done TV shows or before shows and stuff like that. So it's really interesting to see that after we talked to I believe Robert G. Lee when he was on the show, he was talking about the shows that he did that for, and I was just like, wow, this is actually something that's not really talked about majority of the time because it's all about the show, but that is another gig in essence, or a job that you can at least build on. And if you have like one or two shows that you do that for, that could be something that could be pretty lucrative if you're looking to do something like that.
Yeah, that's what I would like to do more of that. I'd like to do more of everything right now. So I just want to get back out there telling jokes.
I hear you, man.
My wife's tired of hearing them, and she's ready to do.
So with Huckabee, with that particular show, do you do more than one set? Is like in between his interviews with people and commercials and that kind of stuff? So are you doing little chunks of work in between all of that, or you go in and kind of at the start of everything you do your set and then you're done for the rest of the night while they do all their other stuff?
Okay. Well, I go in and do my set, and then I need to be available the rest of the night in case there's technical issues or they need to reset everything and they need me to go back out
Wow, that's cool.
and do a bit or two for a minute or two while they do that. Now, I did not have to do that. I didn't have to go back out, but you do have to be prepared to do that and be there.
Wow.
Like you can't go and hide somewhere.
Right.
So what's the process then? How'd you get on that show to start out with? I mean, we're often asked. I know guys always asking me, how'd you get on the cruise business, or how'd you get into that particular role with Huckabee?
Right. Well, last year I did the Clean Comedy Challenge in Nashville, Tennessee,
Nice.
which is very close to Hendersonville, where Huckabee's filmed. And Andy Freeman, who's one of the producers on Huckabee, was one of the judges for the Clean Comedy Challenge.
Nice.
And he got my name in with the booking producer, and they brought me in, and they liked what they saw, and it's the craziest thing. One show leads to one show leads to one show, and you never know what's going to lead to what.
That's exactly how we learned about you. Was that you won the Clean Comedy Challenge with Leslie Norris Townsend, and we were getting a lot of recommendations from over there. Robert G. Lee even said it too as well. So I'm glad that we were able to connect too as well. And you're right. You just got to keep hustling. You just got to keep moving. An opportunity happens.
Right. And I'm super excited to get to work with Leslie this weekend, because this past year has been a lot better than the year before, despite the last 3 months. So I'm excited.
So when this is all said and done, and you kind of look back at your start in the business to that first workshop or class that you went to there at the Comedy Caravan, what are some of the things that you have learned that you think a lot of times comics try to skip? There's comics are always looking for, hey, I want the microwave version of this. And I can tell you, after 25 years in this business, there's no microwave version to get to where you're going to make a good living doing it. I'm still not making a good living doing it, but not the good living I'd like anyway. But what are some of those things that you've been learning along the way that you see comics wanting to have the microwave version? They don't want to learn some of those lessons that you've been learning. That's kind of helped you put you in position to get where you're, some of the opportunities that you've had.
First and foremost, there's no substitute for putting in the work. You can't start out a headliner. You're gonna have to put in the work. You're gonna have to do the open mics. Gonna have to MC, probably, even when you don't really have the energy for that. But there's no substitute for the work. Big opportunities don't happen often, so be prepared for them. I got a couple of chances early on that I was prepared for and should have known to say, no, I'm not ready yet, which I did not. And I think it would have been better for me in the long run to have passed those up, because I knew I wasn't ready yet. So be prepared and be prepared to say no if you know it doesn't feel right.
That's great advice, because I think again, going back to that mentality of I want the microwave version. There's so many guys that think, oh, I'm ready to do more than I really can do, and they step up into a role that they're not prepared for, and it damages their reputation. But then it also taints things for other comics who now have to convince that booker or that business owner or whoever that conversation is with that they need to be willing to take another chance on somebody, not hang on to that one guy that wasn't prepared but forced his way trying to do the microwave version.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And if you've got 20 minutes and they say, can you do 30? Be honest. Don't think I can do 20 and fake 10, because that's not going to be any good for anybody.
Right.
That's good. That is real good.
One of the best pieces of advice that was given to me way back when was if he said, if you have 10 minutes and somebody says, hey, can you do a 20-minute feature set? Don't say yes. Tell them, well, the experience that I've had so far is that at about 10 minutes into to that time frame, a lot of times people are looking for a change. And so I'd be willing to step aside and allow that change to happen, because I don't want your audience to be diminished. And I was like, that's a pretty good twist. I mean, a pretty good way to phrase that. It's instead of saying, yeah, I don't really have 30 minutes. I'm going to do you and your audience a favor.
Right.
Because by 10 minutes, they're going to be tired of me.
Right.
Yeah. I'm going to help you by doing less material.
Yeah.
I like it.
Because I'm a giver like that.
Right.
But, well, we are looking forward to having you back at the club. We always enjoy when you roll in, and I know we've said it to you before. If you're looking to just get out of Dale, and whether the cops are looking for you or not, and you want some place to come and hang out for a weekend, you let us know. You're more than welcome to come up. We'll find a way for you to use your talents, whether it's doing a guest set, a feature set, cleaning the bathrooms, washing my truck. We'll find something for you.
All right. Is there any possibility there might be some of those cake balls this weekend?
Hey, yeah, exactly. I'll make sure. Was it the strawberry ones?
I don't know. They were all gone the last time I was there, and I didn't get a chance to try them. So.
They're good. Yeah, I'm gonna have to bring some in for you, bro.
We'll put a special order in. We'll put that special order in, and then I'll eat them all.
We'll hook it up, man.
All right. Then you'll eat them all. You're just watching out for my blood sugar. I appreciate that.
I'm a giver like that, man.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Well, Clint, thanks so much for coming and taking some time to hang out with us. Again, this Friday and Saturday night, doors open at 7 o'clock. Showtime is 8 o'clock. If you don't have the app downloaded, download it now so you can get your tickets in advance. You make sure you have them, because although technically we're supposed to be able to go back to a little bit more of the house this weekend, the official word has not come down from the governor's office yet. So we're still stuck at 40 until the governor gives us the go. So we have 40 seats. That's a limit of 40 seats. Yeah. So get your tickets now to make sure you get a seat, because once we hit 40, then you're gonna be standing out in the parking lot wondering why you didn't get to see the show. So download the app so you get a chance to see Clint Hall in his singlet when he does the tearaway and his shirt and tie goes off.
Yes.
Now,
I'm looking forward to
it.
Thanks again, man. You have a good one.
We'll see you Friday.
You too. See you Friday, guys.
That was awesome.
Hey, now it's been advertised. He's going to have to do it.
He's got to do it now. He's going to have to do it. Some pull away and all that stuff. It's all good.
Yeah.
All right, man. So it was a great show. Great to have Clint on, and I'm excited about what's going to happen this weekend. Again, we've mentioned it, and we're going to mention it again. Make sure you download our mobile app, because our mobile app has everything Gutties, everything you need to know about Gutties, from getting tickets to also getting a BOGO coupon to also the updates to what's happening at the club. There's a lot of news information. There's Gutty's TV as well, where you can watch the other Pops and the Rican shows if you're interested in that.
And you'll be able to see any of, I mean, not just the information about this next weekend show,
Yep.
but we're getting ready to put all the information in about. We've got Byron Timmons, or not. Help me out. My brain just went on vacation. Byron Trimble.
Yep.
is the next weekend.
Yep.
He and Tony Foxworthy is going to be the feature that weekend.
Yep.
And then after that, the weekend after that, we got Warren B. Hall coming in as headliner.
Yes.
And Emmanuel T.
Yep.
is going to be featuring that weekend.
Yep.
So it's just going to be a blast. And then on the 24th and 25th of July, it's Christmas in July at Gutty's.
Yes.
And I mean, it's Christmas in July.
Santa's coming to hang with us.
Santa is coming, and Santa even, sometimes kids say, "Oh, I don't believe in Santa." I believe in Santa because I know Santa, and he's going to do comedy at Gutty's Comedy Club during Christmas in July.
Yes.
At Gutty's.
Yes, Christmas in July, guys. We're gonna have fun. Just to
so,
fun, man. Because you never know. You never know. Who knows? Will we have Christmas? We don't know. So you might as well have Christmas now with us in July before they shut it all down.
Exactly.
You never know. But we're gonna.
Yeah, it is gonna be a fantastic. July is just packed full of phenomenal shows, exceptional talent, a lot of fun.
Yep.
And then we get to August, and guess what August is? Do you know what August is?
I know it's very near and dear to my corazón.
Well, it's near and dear to my heart. I don't know why you're having what is
cortisone? Yeah. No, don't say cortisone. My corazón.
Is that like a burrito or something? What?
No, it's not like a calzone.
Oh,
it's a corazón. My heart.
Oh, I like calzones better then.
1 year.
So
our first anniversary, bro. We made
August is our anniversary month. We started 1 year ago in August, and we have some fantastic shows coming up in August as well. I'm telling you, July, jam-packed with some amazing stuff.
Boom, boom, boom,
and,
boom.
And I'm gonna let you in a little teaser.
What?
Because we're putting all the final paperwork together for the anniversary show.
Yes.
We've got a heavy hitter coming in for our anniversary show. This guy, he's got all kinds of stuff on Facebook. Yeah. He's got specials. This guy he's been in
for a good minute.
I'm telling you, and I'm not gonna tell you his name. I'm not going to tell you his name yet because I don't want people going on. Hey, did you hear Brad Stein's going to be on the? So I'm not telling people who it is. So keep it a secret, okay? We're not telling people yet.
Okay.
I'm not telling people who it is yet. So just know it's a heavy hitter, and he's gonna rock the house for those shows that he and I'm telling you, if we need to, we're prepared to add a third or a fourth show because he's a heavy hitter, and people are going to want to come. It's worth a drive. If you're watching from, let's just say you're watching from Chicago, you're going to want to drive down to Indianapolis that weekend. If you're watching from Dale, Indiana, you're going to want to drive all the way up to Indianapolis for that week. It's going to be a great weekend.
Great
so
show.
I'm just telling you, July is fantastic shows.
Yes.
August.
We got some other stuff going to be coming out too as well in August.
Oh man!
I'm telling you guys, make sure you tune in. We got some great stuff that's going to be happening. It's going to make coming to Gutty's Comedy Club a lot better, fun, and just so much that we want to provide to you guys. Just fun entertainment.
Just talking about all the great stuff that's coming up in July and August.
Yeah,
I think I might have peed my pants.
So here, do this. Make sure if you're watching right now, go ahead and click that subscribe button, that like button, hit that bell so you're notified what's going to be happening these next couple months. So click the bell, hit subscribe to Gutty's TV so that you're not stuck and you're like sitting there going, what am I going to do for July? What are we going to do?
And give us a thumbs up if you've been enjoying our videos. Tell us, hey.
Like, subscribe the whole nine. You know what to do. You watch.
And by all means, if there's something you're enjoying, you can leave us comments, not just about how great Clint Hall is.
Yes.
That's every comment tonight was
That's
Clint.
right.
Oh, we love Clint.
And
He's
they're not wrong.
wonderful.
Done that wrong. He's great.
Well, he is, but nobody writes that about me. So that hurt both my feelings.
Oh.
But I'll be over it by the end of the show because I'll have forgotten all about it. So anyway,
make sure you follow us, like, and subscribe to Whole 9, you guys. We're excited about what's happening. Thank you so much for watching the Pops and the Rican show. And evidently, I like saying it now.
Yeah,
that's the word. Evidently.
Evidently, I'm still Pops.
He's still Pops, and I'm the Rican.
And he's still the Rican. So that means this is the Pops and the Rican show. Deuces.
Deuces.
Pops and the Rican.
Pops and the Rican.
Look at this. Pops and the Rican. The Pops and the Rican. What? The Pops and the Rican.
Look at the top of his head.
Pops and the Rican.